Welcome back, Uncensored Locks. We're doing something different today. We're going to be doing an interview with Alicia Arroyo, and we're going to be covering the circumstances about basically what's been going down and all the accusations against you. And she's basically here to clear her name with us today. Can you go ahead and start with introducing, first off, how all this started in your relationship with the girl? We're not going to mention her name in this video.
Okay, this person was a supporter of mine, and she used to comment on a lot of my videos and started following me on social media. And then after that, we started to get close and be friends, and we would contact each other. And it was due to the Domo and Chrissy situation, because I covered a lot of stuff on Domo and Chrissy, and that's how we started to associate with each other.
And this person also is a YouTuber, correct?
Yes, she is.
And during this time, you had asked your fans and your following, which you do have a pretty decent amount of following on your page, to go ahead and support her. You tried to support her page once you knew that she was a fan.
Yes, I did.
You also held a raffle, and she was a winner of this raffle?
Yes, she was. I did a raffle of about 6 Target gift cards, and she was one of the winners.
Okay. And you had sent to me some screenshots, which we'll be adding into here with conversations on also what led to everything. But like you mentioned with the Domo and Chrissy situation, you seen the video that Chrissy released, and when Chrissy released her side, she basically had a change of heart after being a very long time Domo supporter. And y'all had exchanged messages where you had expressed that you were torn and you didn't know how to feel.
Yes.
And you had also expressed this to Domo to let her know what was said, correct?
Yes, I did. I expressed what was going on. I was upset, like any normal human being, because when you follow somebody and you've been following them since they were about 5 months pregnant, so it's like almost 3 years of, following them and seeing everything about their lives, or supposedly, because as they have put out, some of those things were faked, or, the relationship wasn't real. When I expressed what I felt, I was angered, and I said some things in a text, but then I started to, more of, she's a human being and I'm confused. And I also expressed to Domo because she was upset at the fact that I put a video out going at Lou Valentino. So when I put that video out, she contacted me and she's like, "Oh, I thought we were friends." And I'm like, I didn't know we were friends, because we barely, we just started talking. And we clarified things, and then like after that, like I was still kind of confused. Even though we clarified them, I was still confused, because somebody on a high platform, just because they're on a high platform doesn't mean you automatically trust them. Doesn't mean that they're trustworthy. You still have to find someone who's going to tell you, maybe this or maybe that, or give you an opinion or some advice. And I thought that she was that person that I could get advice from.
Absolutely. So during this situation, Domo, who has a son, Baby Wick, he had a birthday, and you posted a video. And you had permission from the mother to do so, but you did not announce to everyone that you had permission, because you weren't really seeking that attention. You were basically just trying to wish her son a happy birthday and just be genuine. And also you wanted to report the video that Domo's ex had posted that she wasn't supposed to, correct?
Yes, I did. I did ask my supporters to report it because I went through a situation, and not only I, but baby Dominic went through a situation where he was bullied, and I told my supporters to report that first time and got it taken down, and then Damo's ex, Chrissy, didn't do anything about that situation, but I and my supporters went and dealt with the situation, and then my children started getting bullied, and then I started getting bullied with pictures being put up and memes being put up, and they got taken down as well. And so when she put that up, when never showing any care or concern, and I want to get through this quick, and I feel like personally harassing or trying to get a rise out of Domo. So I asked my supporters out of care and concern for baby Dominic, because of his well-being. He is a brand. He is a child that is a child of a public figure, get it down. So they took it down. That's what happened.
So when you showed basically that you were still supporting Domo, this person She didn't like it, and she basically blocked you and cut contact with you literally a day after having a conversation and everything being normal.
Yeah.
Basically because she saw you were still supporting Domo. She felt like you were being two-faced, correct?
Mm-hmm. I sent her a video that somebody, a supporter of mine, had made about this jailer individual who was supposedly in a situation with Lou Valentino. And she was pointing out that the person didn't really have receipts. So I sent that to this person. And this person is like, I told her, it makes a lot of good points in here. Like, I'm very worried and I'm very guarded about Domo. But I'm like, she knew that I wasn't going to turn my back on because I haven't seen enough to say I could turn my back on Domo because she done messed up about this and this and this, or she done did this in the public eye that could affect children. Because,
Absolutely.
as you know, a majority of the things that I do is based on children, is based on sex trafficking. And even though it's gossip, I still try to give a positive message. But when she saw that, she said, oh, it doesn't matter. Jayla had to do what she had to do for whatever reason. And then after that, it was a Sunday. And then Monday, when I text her, she didn't respond. So I called her, and then I was like blocked. So I started asking other people who also are in contact with her. And they were telling me, yeah, she unfollowed me. She blocked me when they tried to call her too.
Okay. So once all of this happened, she then decided to post some videos about you, some very disturbing videos about you that had some very questionable accusations on them. Mm-hmm. And these videos reached quite a few people, including your supporters who know you for someone who advocates against sex trafficking and for child well-being, and so for kids who can't defend themselves or talk up for themselves. So your supporters see this, and some of them did believe it, and we're here today to clear up those accusations. And those accusations begin with her stating that you have abused your children and you have starved your children. Yes. During this, she's also stated that you are dealing with some cases currently opened against you. Yeah. And that you have some closed cases. She stated that your kid had went to a caseworker, I believe, and told this caseworker that you're not feeding him and that he's hungry. So can you go ahead and clear these accusations up and explain where all this is coming from?
Well, I'm going to start from the beginning. She had put up a post that was attacking lesbians and Domo Wilson. So when she put that up, I felt responsible for the people that I told to follow her. It was my responsibility to make them aware. I never said, don't associate with her. I told them, be careful who you associate with.
And you also have the screenshots for that as well that will send some.
So then she decided to take it upon herself, take my screenshot, put it on after I already blocked her. After she made that statement, because I feel that she was attacking the LGBT community. And I had a lot of people who are from the LGBT community that are my following. And so after she did that, she took messages that were private between me and Domo when I was trying to make sure that this person wasn't trying to use me. When I was trying to make sure that Domo wasn't trying to use me and asking her for advice, she put that on. She cut out pieces of the conversation. Like she delete, in iPhone, you can delete messages. So they were altered. Her messages were altered. And
hers was gone and yours were there.
Yeah. Not that hers. Well, at a point when I was trying to reload it, it wouldn't reload. So either on her end, she altered it and deleted it, and that's why I couldn't get it. But I already had
or like permanently removed.
Yeah, but I had screenshotted everything because I was gonna show Domo what I had said, because she was only showing her about 8 screenshots altered. And then she was telling people, she was saying that I'm a deadbeat mom and coming at me, but then also showing Domo. She was trying to reach every T channel she could possibly reach just to get, and I feel, just to get views and to get her fame, to get attention. It's more of an, I feel like it's an infatuation, a fixation over my life and over Damo's life. At the end, I just realized she was mad at the fact that I had communication with Domo. She wanted me to expose Damo's number, and I refused to do it. So that's how all of this came about.
Before you go on and before you answer the question that I asked you, I do want to touch on something that you just said. You said that she was reaching out to all of the T channels. She was reaching out to anyone that would hear her, basically for the views and the likes. So we're going to go ahead and point out that is one of the reasons that you came here, because you did want to make sure that it wasn't like you were going. Absolutely. So go ahead.
No, so what I was saying was that's the reason why I didn't put her information out there. I didn't say, oh, me and Domo is talking, because she's a person. And I don't need that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not after those things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the first question being, and first off, you're in New York. So what is the service called over there in New York? Because over here it's DCF. What is it called?
Over here is ACS.
ACS. Okay. Mm-hmm. So one of the statements that this YouTuber made about you is that you currently have cases from ACF opened against you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go ahead and clear that up?
I do not have any cases open against me now, because she threatened to do so, or she has done so. She is creating a situation just to make her story liable. You know, she's attacking any individual that attacks a child. You can't say, oh, poor baby, and then you go and attack my kids and attack my motherhood.
Absolutely. So what Alicia is talking about when she says she is trying to make this liable is after this YouTuber had released this video stating that you were fighting cases and you were abusive and you did not take care of your kids. She then turned around and made a post stating that she is an obligated reporter and that she is going to basically file a case against you. Can you go ahead and respond on what your actions have been for this?
I had to get a lawyer. I had to file a report. And once the report is filed, the lawyer takes on, I'm not going to speak about all the procedures. He takes a certain procedures and he deals with the case. And, you know, we're going to get the situation shut down, because a person that is unstable like that, as you can see from the videos, you know, you shouldn't be on the internet.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so
I wanted to also name that it is cyber stalking and harassment.
Absolutely.
And as the officer told us, it's harassment in the 4th degree.
Okay. So one of the things that was said in her video is she wanted you to come online and deny every allegation that was said against you from her, because if you did so, she would go ahead and release the proof that you had said all of this. She also said she was going to release it in the video. However, that video did not contain those messages or screenshots. So has your son ever told a caseworker that you are starving them?
No.
Have your kids ever had a case open against them for starvation?
No.
Have your kids had a case open against them for child abuse or neglect?
No.
Okay. Are you currently fighting any cases that may question your motherhood?
No.
Have you been arrested?
No, I've never been arrested.
Okay. Can you go ahead and clear up the statements that she made about you when she stated that you've been in jail multiple times and you're basically going through all this? Can you say where all this is coming from and why she's doing this to you?
My father did time in prison, and I did a story time on that. She went against people who live in the projects.
Yes, she did.
You know,
absolutely. I saw that.
Talked about
people that struggle.
People that struggle. She went against child support. The fact that she went against my income. She went against my spouse, saying, awful things. And then I have text messages, her calling me a whore and defaming my character and slandering my name, and then says that I slandered her when any statement that she brought out was on her own. I didn't slander you if you yourself put that up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's very true. So the next thing we're going to go ahead and get into, because another video is going to get released that the one we're specifically speaking about is going to be coming from another very well-known YouTuber. And this video is going to be coming out, and some things may be attacking your character as well in this video.
Yes.
And we're going to go ahead and speak on why that is happening, just so you can get ahead of it a little bit before it comes out, because it's been announced that it's going to be talked about.
Yeah.
Can you go ahead and tell them what's going on in that situation?
Well, when she started coming out with all these screenshots, she started reaching out, and one of the persons that she reached out to was Martin Lewis. So she sent him all her proof. She didn't send the whole entire conversation. So then Martin Lewis asked me some questions, and I told him at the beginning, no, I don't want to work with you. I know how you roll. Like me and you are not cool. And he's like, oh, so we don't like each other? I said, no, we just don't know each other, and we're not cool. I don't have nothing against you. And so, he got some information that my supporter, Amanda Dice, sent to him. But he still wants to go along with what the other person sent to him.
Absolutely. And you had sent some screenshots with that conversation as well between you and him?
Yes, I did.
And those messages that I had seen from y'all, you had told him that the only way you wanted to do an interview is if it was face-to-face, because you wanted your supporters, you wanted anyone who saw this video to see that what you were saying is real, that there was no cut, there was no edit to it, there was no, message deleted, anything of that nature, because you do release all your videos.
I like pure content. I don't like, because I feel like a person can't read you when you're cutting too much. How genuine are you if you're constantly editing every part, of the video? Like, they can't see your reaction. So I like people to get a live reaction, to see my facial expressions, to read my body language, to know that I'm an honest and genuine person.
So when all of this happened, I had commented on this YouTuber's post about you. And I had basically questioned her trustworthiness, I guess we'll say, because she's portraying herself as Jehovah's Witness. She's saying that she's blessed and she's all of this, and she's very public about this. Very public about this. And then she also put up tweets about you that were very negative and using words that a Jehovah's Witness would not use, carrying themselves in a way a Jehovah's Witness would not carry themselves in. So I commented on this, and I asked her, I said, how do you carry yourself as a Jehovah's Witness if at the end of the day you're talking like this and you're carrying yourself in this manner? So the only thing she could respond to that was, why don't I worry about myself? She didn't really give an answer. So that's how you and I got involved, because you saw that and you liked it, and we had a mutual friend that put us in contact with each other.
Yes.
So during this time, when we got put in contact with each other, you reached out to me in regards to this interview. And that is when you decided that you definitely weren't going to interview with this other YouTuber, correct?
Yeah. Yes, because
Can you go ahead and name him?
Yeah, Martin Lewis, he stated the fact that he was going to ask me some questions, and that if he felt confused, then he would do a face-to-face. And I said, no, I don't work like that. I'm defending my character, and people need to see my face, not just my words.
Okay, so once this happened, it also came out because you posted a live video on your YouTube channel, and a lot of people did see that channel, that video, when you announced that you would be doing this interview with us. It has been delayed because we have attempted to do this interview multiple times, and unfortunately those videos kept getting lost. They wouldn't get saved, so this is now another attempt. And he commented on that, saying that everyone would see the truth one. When this came out, he basically tried to make it seem like it was going to be fake, whatever you said.
Yeah.
Couldn't be trusted, and that he was being attacked, and that you basically tried to make him look bad, correct?
He stated, because he had put a comment on his page, you're either always you're always doing videos on or targeting Black people. And he said, because I can. And I took that as a racist statement, because if you're going to answer an appropriate way, and knowing the internet, how they take things and turn and go, the way I took it was you was being racist. Why would you say that? And so I said, so we're being racist against Blacks now? ? Because an appropriate way to answer people, and we know this, we're working in the YouTube community, is to say, well, the content that I've been given, this is this is my supporters who give me this content. I don't just select specific people. It's just content that's been given to me. That would have been an appropriate answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I put that up and I asked the question, I said, I understand that you feel that she's lying, but why respond like this? Never once did I bash him. Never once did I say, oh, you're a racist. You know, now I feel, that's my feeling. That's my opinion. But not in Twitter. I never said that on Twitter. I just stated, I asked the question and I told him, I understand that you're upset. I understand that you're lying, that you feel that she's lying. But the response that you gave, it was uncalled for, basically. And after that, he screenshotted my message, put it on his Twitter, then started, like, when I responded to him, he started going at me. I have a whole bunch of tweets, and that's what happened.
Okay, so basically he found out you were doing the interview with our channel, and then he saw the comment that you left on his Twitter page, and go ahead.
I didn't leave it on his Twitter page or at him in the first one. So it was her. It was either that person that gave him the information or somebody else who supports him that went and took it to him, because I didn't at him in the first one.
Okay, understood. So he found out about it somehow by anonymous source. And during this discovery, he flipped sides. He went from, I'm going to interview you, we're going to go ahead and do this, to, oh, she's the bad person, listen to this other small-time YouTuber, correct?
He's telling people that I'm crazy, that I'm the one, you know, and I'm like, I didn't look for you. I didn't look for you to bring you this. Somebody else who was going against gays and saying, you know, slanderous things towards me came looking for you. And he failed to look at the evidence. Now, the fact that she was on the internet, and these tweets are going to come out because I have multiples of them, and so does Odessa. And what she was saying on the internet about me, if he would have looked, or if he would have asked somebody to look, he would have known, okay, I don't want to deal with this because what you're doing is not okay. But like I say, not everybody is like me. I'm not looking for just a view. I'm looking at the evidence. Now, the fact that she was on the internet, and these tweets are going to come out because I have multiples of them, and so does Odessa. And what she was saying on the internet about me, if he would have looked, or if he would have asked somebody to look, he would have known, okay, I don't want to deal with this because what you're doing is not okay. But like I say, not everybody is like me. I'm not looking for just a view. I'm looking to reach the person. Some people are looking for views in their coin. Absolutely. So then he became aggressive towards me and saying things, calling me a coward, and that he believes her, you know, that I did the same thing to her. No, I didn't even say a word to her. I refused to address her.
And like I said, we tried to do this video before, and everything happens for a reason. And I'm kind of glad that it happened this way, because during each attempt of recording this video, at the end of it, something else happened. Something else added to this situation. So after Alicia posted her video, someone, we're not going to say her name, screen recorded a portion of this video. And she basically tried to make it seem like Alicia wasn't a good mom, because she said to her child, you know, hold on until Odessa gets home so she can help you with the homework, because Alicia was currently on a live video on her channel, which is what she does as her career. She's trying to currently build her channel as a YouTuber. So can you go ahead and explain to everyone your role in Alicia's life?
Well, I'll just say this. As far as parent duties are concerned, without going into grave detail, some of the things that I do are homework, interchangeably. But I do homework, she does dinner, she'll do bath time, I do bedtime, I do breakfast, wake up, she just drop off. We do them interchangeably.
You do it as a couple usually would.
Yeah. But, you know, so it's just like parent duties, you know what I mean? And each one of us, we just have them. Those are our fortes. Those are our areas, and that's what we do. And if I'm running late or tired, then she'll take over and do one. Just like she's better in the kitchen than I am. So, but if she's tired, I'll jump in and I'll cook, that night. You know what I mean? It's interchangeable. But typically the boys know homework is with me. They start it. It's a routine that we have, and then I check it, and then we go off, and it's checked off, and I put the stickers on the chart, and it's by me, and it's the whole thing that we do.
So you okay? Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You work outside of the house, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And if you were at work on a typical day, and your children are calling you because they're arguing or they're fighting or whatever the case is, and you're busy at work, are you able to stay on the phone and deal with that situation because you're busy at work, or do you have to handle your job?
I handle my job, and
because that's what you have to do, right? And who's taking care of the kids at that time?
Listen, she works from home. She's been allotted that ability to work from home, and it's to say that so any of these other YouTubers who make YouTube a full-time job is not okay, because she's Absolutely. Just like the other up-and-coming YouTuber who does this full-time. It's a full-time,
and not just the YouTuber. Not just a YouTuber. Think of all the other jobs out there where they offer stay-at-home moms the opportunity to work from home. And during that time, if that kid is there, the kid has to entertain in another way while the parent is working, correct?
Of course. And I actually saw that piece, and and a lot of time, and any time, and even if you have company and both parents are there, they'll come over and you're entertaining company, and you say, not right now, go play.
Because there's a time for play and there's time not to.
Exactly. Adults are talking right now because you're okay, you're fed, you're taken care of, there's nothing you need, but you want to be on you know what I mean? You just want to be over here, do what you're doing, go over there and wait. But just to finish that piece though, that's what she does. This is what she does, apart from going to school, full time, and I support it completely. It's what she does, and me being able to chip in here and there, that's what you do in a healthy relationship. It's
go ahead.
I was to say, it's that give and take.
Yes. And part of a relationship and a part of being a mother, when being in a relationship, regardless if it's with the biological parent, regardless if it's with a spouse, regardless if it's a step parent, regardless of who it is, if that person is living in your home, if that person is around your children and your children recognize them as a figure of authority, a family member, your job is to help out. Your job is to support them. But as a mother, your job is to provide a better future for your kids. And that means sometimes having to sacrifice a little bit of time of your day to focus on your career. So over the last couple of days, while we've been trying to do these interviews, I've gotten to know Alicia some bit. And part of her schedule includes taking her kids to school in the morning. And when she gets home, she has to go ahead and start working on her channel, whether it's looking for information, what she's going to publish, research, doing her live videos. She does the majority of that while her kids are at school. So her attention is then focused on that, correct?
Yes.
Alrighty. And then you pick up your kids from school, and after you pick up your kids from school, you sometimes work a little bit longer, but not much, because you start getting food ready for your kids. You start cooking dinner.
Food and baths, yep.
Huh? I'm sorry?
Food and baths, yep.
Okay. So, also they do homework. They basically do what a typical kid would do after school. However, one of your kids, which is well known, is currently dealing with certain issues that you've discussed on your channel before, correct?
Yes.
And that sometimes can cause difficulties with dealing with your channel, your career, but you make it work.
Absolutely. You have to do what you do as a mother.
A lot of people without kids and people with kids who do not have kids like yours and mine, who do suffer from certain disabilities, don't understand what it's like to raise kids like that either. So when they see a kid throw a temper tantrum or get mad or get loud and you ignore it or you let it go, they say, oh, she's ignoring the child and she doesn't get it, when in reality, that's what you need to do so the kid knows they can't get away with it, correct?
That's actually something that the counselor would teach you. It's called planned ignoring positive praise. It's something that they teach you, if anyone knows anything about that. But, yeah.
So basically what they tell you, sorry for interrupting you, what they tell you is you kind of positively tell them, okay, when you relax, then you come and you talk to me. Okay? And you know, you may not get this today. Yeah. You may not get this today because you did this and this and this, but tomorrow is a brand new day, and we can try tomorrow again.
But you completely ignore any negative attention seeking, but to the outside world, you don't know what her inside, what that looks like. We keep him off camera. You only know the little blurts when she goes live here and there.
So she basically screenshotted a moment of your life,
which she
tried to portray you as a person for the people that may not know this.
She handled it very well.
You did. I agree. I agree. Because at the end of the day, if my kid did the same thing, I would say the same thing. You know, you need to wait. I'm busy right now. I told you to do this. If you can't, wait till I'm done so I can help you. But as a parent, our job is not to stop what we're doing and give the kid what they want when they want. Our job is to give them what they need. Yeah. And if it means you having to put off homework for 30 minutes to an hour because I'm going to finish this, but I will come and help you, or Odessa is going to come and help you, then that's what it is to be a parent. Because if you were at work, he would have to wait for you. If you were outside of home, of course, he would have to wait for you to come home to help him with his homework, correct?
Absolutely.
So what would be different from you being working inside the house? How turn that into a negative thing? How turn you parenting and trying to run a career into something negative?
You know, people just want to pick at everything, especially when they're targeting you and harassing and stalking you, you know, and cyberbullying you, because now they're trying to make their point across that what they say is actual. It's true. When it's not.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're going to touch on basically the lifestyle that she's trying to portray. Odessa, you spoke to me a little bit about this, and I want you to go ahead and express to people what you had said to me also when you talked about, you know, if she was that type of person, she wouldn't act this way, and how she would have carried herself and what she's actually doing.
Let me just say this. No Jehovah's Witness acts like this at all. They do not carry them. No Jehovah's Witness I've ever met carries themselves this way, and they do not trade themselves in this light. They do not trade this type of hate and negativity towards others. And actually, the lifestyle that she's now saying that she's been with females, actually, Jehovah's Witnesses don't allow homosexuality whatsoever. It's actually shunned upon. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. That's just a no-go. I'm wondering what type of Jehovah's Witness is she, and she needs to read further into the scripture if that's the case.
I'm wondering what's real and what's fake here. Another thing we spoke on after we attempted one of the interviews that failed, another thing was put up, another video, where she tried to address the homophobia and the racist part that was basically put on them or accused for. And she used the fact that she's in contact with this YouTuber who is gay, and the fact that he was accused of being racist but is in contact with her, who is black, as a defense of how she couldn't be homophobic and how he couldn't be racist. How do you feel about that?
I feel this way. There's many people that say that they're not racist because they can count how many black friends they have.
My favorite one.
That's right. That's the easiest one, right? So they're not racist because I got 5 black friends, right? Okay.
Or they tell you, I'm not racist because my niece is black.
There you go. You have colorism. You have internalized oppression. So just because you're black don't mean that you can't be have hatred towards or make ignorant racist comments. Really goes to, you just have to, and before you speak. You know what I mean? Just because she now is like inboxing someone who is gay, but then again too, you're gay, but then you're not even calling anybody out who has hatred towards lesbians, all for the sake of a video.
She also had a post up where someone had asked her if she was homophobic, and she replied, "Yes, I am." In this video, she tries to address this, and she tried to say she was being sarcastic, just like she tried.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. So everybody wants to write. This is why I said they need to have more responsibility for the things that come out of their mouth, right? Because everyone can write that off, but she can't write off sarcasm where she says multiple times, and she attacked multiple people with hate. She called them, all lesbians are trash. She called Chrissy this. She called other people. These are her own tweets on multiple pages that got suspended multiple different times. She's calling lesbians trash. She's calling them hot garbage, saying they're all messy. Thank God
melted hot garbage. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then she only likes P. I'm saying she only likes the D. You see what I mean? You're saying this, like, and you're making it very adamant. Like, sorry, I only do D. I don't do P. Like, really? But no, and these are receipts of your own. But is he checking her on those? No. Why? Because she has what, half cash receipts, so you can get some views to do a video, but you don't want to call her on what she said. Oh, but you're gay though, right? Oh, but that's my gay buddy who won't check me on what I've said.